Hello! My name is Second 814, and this is my real for Spectre. Yes, new James Bond movie. He's still starring Daniel Craig, who I think is a good Bond. Now, I actually did like this movie. Felt very James Bond, and everything about it. The villain, the henchman, and the Bond woman. And I liked it. Although I will say, hey, I was a little confused at first because one, I didn't want to see Skyfall, so, uh, uh, and I guess this is in the same canon as, well, I guess they're all, well, you should say that. I think they're all the James Bond movies are supposed to be in the same in canon, but this seemed like it was pretty much indirect canon to Skyfall, which I didn't see. So yeah. Anyways, so yes, this movie starts out with Mr. Bond in Mexico City who take out a target. But it turns out it's not an actual mission assigned to him. So, and in the process of taking out his target, he ends up destroying an entire block in Mexico City during the day of the celebration. Yeah, not exactly the most subtle way to take somebody out, but to each their own. And he does get grounded for it, but that's not going to stop Bond. No. Oh. 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 So basically, he's trying to fuck. He was there to well, I should say he was there on a mission, not an official sanctioned MI6 mission, but from a personal mission that the original, original, well, I shouldn't say the original, but the former M gave him. So yeah, he gets grounded for taking out an entire city block in Mexico, and basically he steals the car that he was going to get, but and he heads off to Rome. And basically he ends up he does. Ugh, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. He goes to Rome, and yeah. Ugh, sorry. I'm recording this in the afternoon, so train of thought isn't exactly on track. So, oh yeah. Anyways, so he goes to Rome, and that's where he finds an individual who leads him to a certain who tells them to go to a certain place to find the next person that he's looking for. So he does get it. He goes to this one place, with an organization is eating. And unfortunately, during the course of eating, it's revealed that the leader, or the main bad guy, knows he's there. And there are some other things that happen here, but I won't spoil them. But anyways, so yeah. He goes around. And basically then he tracks down on several leads, which well, I shouldn't say he tracks down stuff, but he goes and tracks a guy by the name of the Pale King, who was a cat cabin in the wilderness. Yes, and this who tells him who bond and tells the guy that he will protect his daughter. And so, and the guy who was basically dying of, I believe, thallium poisoning it is. Uses Bond's own gun to shoot himself. Bond then goes searching for the daughter, and he goes back. And, well, doesn't go very well until the henchmen show up. And I should take this time to mention that I thought Dave Bautista was very, very good as the henchman in this movie, the silent henchman, and who never speaks but speaks. Congratulations, Ms. Bautista. You did a very good job. So they kidnap her, and there's a long chase scene, and basically there's some less than friendly conversation, but the girl one agrees to go with Jake. Comes back to Hugh's hotel room, where Hugh has been analyzing a ring that Bond found, or I should say found, but picked up from his first target in the beginning of the movie. So, and that's where they learn that the organization's name is Spectre. So, yeah. And I should mention that all this time, M has been trying to. Well, I shouldn't say M has been fighting them, but turns out there's a new security who is the sorry, lost my train of thought. New guy who is the British Chief of Security. Well, I shouldn't say he's the British Chief of British Homeland Security. So, already, who is trying to get the world's powers to agree to give him access to all the world's data for global surveillance, and is basically also trying to get the double whole program terminated. So, yeah, and so after hacking in after Bond and Swan go to a specific hotel, that's where they discover Mrs. Swan's father's. I shouldn't say it. Say Miss Swan's father's secret laboratory. Well, I shouldn't say laboratory, but hideaway in the room at this hotel. Then they basically go out to find the dude, which ends up on a train. With the going to have dinner, but Dave Bautista shows up as the henchman shows up, and he and Bond get into a fight where they basically trash the place. Well, I shouldn't say they trash the place, but they do destroy the tray. But they do smash. There's a wall and a table or two, which is kind of sad because it was actually a really, really nice looking train. So yeah, and eventually they are successfully able to kill the henchman, and they end up in the desert at a train station. I get what I think is supposed to be a train station, where they get picked up by an approaching car, and they're taken to the into main headquarters, where Bond discovers his familiar adversary. And so, oh, which they have some conversation where they get, and I'm sorry, but I saw this movie last night and I completely forgotten the bad guy's name. Should have looked it up before I did this, but oh well. Anyways, the bad guy basically explains that he's been the author of all. He's been the guy who's been secretly hunting every single person that has Bonnet Love been killed. Not exactly believable, but hey, we'll go with it. And so, oh, then he shows a clip of Miss Swan's father shooting himself with Bond's gun, which leads into a torture scene. And although, however, Bond is able to survive the torture and get his watch off, which he hands to Miss Swan. Which turns out his watch is surprise, surprise, a bomb. No, the watch isn't a controller for the bomb. This time around, the watch is the bomb. And basically, they escape and more or less blow the whole headquarters up and go back to London, where Bond meets up with Hugh Moneypenny and M. And Bond and M go to try and stop the new security system from going online. But they are intercepted. So, well, after that they go, which ends up with Bond getting brought to a building, and M goes to the Center for Security to stop. M and Q, I should say, go to the London Center for Security in London to stop the new system from going online. Kind of like trying to stop Skynet, but anyways, they do. And as far as the building goes, turns out how Bond in the basement, Bond finds his arch nemesis who has survived the blast. Surprise, surprise. Yes, although he is now injured. He has a scar across his face, that's one side of his face, and one of his eyes is now white. So, well, yeah. Basically, the guy is now rigged to blow. And sets the timer off, saying that Bond can either save himself and live the pain, or try to save the girl and blow up. But Bond saves the girl, and they exit via building via boat, and chase after the guy who was now in a helicopter. Bond shoots the helicopter down, and they have a final confrontation on the bridge. Although this time around, Bond doesn't shoot the guy. A little disappointing there, but I guess sometimes you can't let personal vendettas get in the way of duty. So, and the bad guy is arrested by M, and with Bond and Miss Swan driving away in a brand new Bond car. So that's basically basically Spectre in a nutshell. So yeah, uh, first off, I thought Daniel Craig was great as Bond. He is a good Bond, even though I think some people, when he first appeared as Bond in the movie it was, because I think a lot of people have doubts, but I think he is a great Bond. I thought that the actress who played Miss Swan, as well as the well, as the guy who did that played the bad guy. I am very sorry. I should look this up before I did this, but anyways, I think they did a great jobs in their role. And as I said before, I think Dave Bautista did a great job as the silent henchman. And 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 yes, this movie did feel very James Bond with James and his lovely woman getting escorted to the bad guy's hideout, which looks modern, but I think that's acceptable. Given today, given what a Bond hideout would probably look like today. So, hey, and I thought M did a good job, although it is kind of sad not to see he Jewish as M. I will say, hey, I was surprised that they have a new guy for Q, though. Oh, I, oh, the la, though I didn't, though I didn't see Skyfall, so, oh yeah, that one, that's probably my fault. But anyway, overall, I thought this was actually a very good film. Very James Bond feel and here. So, oh yeah, would I recommend this film? Absolutely, I say go out and see it. Final rating? 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10. And for me. So yeah, there you have it. Spectre. 8 out of 10. Go see it. 9 out of 10. Spectre, yeah, 9 out of 10. And go see it. And well, that about wraps up for this video. My name is 814. Thank you so much for watching. May the wind always be at your back. See ya!